Holy moly, that's a good one right there. Get in the net. Yes, sir. That's how you start the day. 4-pounder.
Well, here we are, the 6th and final stop of the Tackle Warehouse Pro Circuit season on the St. Lawrence River is over and done with. We got ourselves a rookie champion, Cody Pike. You knocked it out of the park this week, man.
Never thought it would have happened. Unbelievable.
You were very surprised at weigh-in yesterday. When you left the dock yesterday morning, you're like, well, you know, I'm trying for second.
Yeah, like I had no pressure. Like we had 2 tournaments going on, how bad Joey could beat us by and who could finish second. I was just trying to win the tournament to finish second. Had no idea this was even possible.
Well, we took out of Messina. However, right now we are down here in Clayton, which is near where you fished. We're going to splash this Phoenix in. We're going to go wrangle some smallmouths, and it's going to be one heck of a time, right?
I hope so.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, Cody, we made a little run here outside of Clayton. You got a bunch of waypoints I can see on your graph, but just give us a little rundown of like what you were targeting for your win.
Yeah, no, we found this area late in practice and wasn't enough time to like expand on the whole area, but it's just a big spawning area that way. So I'm trying to catch them in between where they were spawning not too long ago, just a couple weeks ago. The Bass Pro Tour was here a few weeks ago. And now they're making their way out to the current, smallmouth love current, so they're making their way from the spawning area to the current, which the main river is right there. So you got all the current you want going right there. So I'm just catching them coming from spawning to there. So I got lucky and I had fresh fish coming in each day.
And you just run a bunch of these little humps and points and whatever they are with a drop shot and catch smallmouths.
Yeah, I had 50 or 60 places out here, and each and every one of them was different. I mean, there was a sweet spot on each of these little areas that I was fishing, and it was small enough to where you could just make one cast, and once you hit that spot, like if you didn't get a bite on your first cast, you might as well go to the next one. You were catching 1 or 2 fish per spot and hitting as many as you could in a day.
Power fishing finesse, basically.
Pretty much. So like here's the ridge.
We're like on it.
Yeah,
and we're going like back.
Let our bait
yonder.
hit the bottom, and then we're gonna force ourselves to go with the current that way.
Okay.
Well, we might hit Jody's boat. Because the wind right now is blowing against the current, so the current is still naturally coming this way.
Yep.
So which is the way that you want your bait coming, just to make it like a natural presentation. So you want your bait kind of flowing the same speed as the current.
Gotcha.
But with this wind bucking against you, you have to use the trolling motor to keep yourself going that way. If not, you're just sitting still. But I think the biggest thing with smallmouth is just this current. They relate to current, different situations, different wind, faster current, slower current. They sit somewhere different each day, but they're always in these areas.
It is not big. It is not big, but
it is big.
Oh, it is big.
How do you think that's not big? It's like
well, it was bum rushing me, so I was like, oh, it's probably like a 2-pounder. No big deal.
Look at that thing.
Stay down, you sea beast.
You need help?
No, man, you just keep doing you. You know, your hands are all beat up. I don't need you, you know, hurting yourself or breaking a nail or nothing. We're just gonna like let her kind of hang out.
Now you're like, man, I needed that thing for like 4 days in a row.
She's very lazy.
Oh, dude, that's a good one.
By the way, that's how you do it.
Yeah, I looked like a fool.
Yeah,
when I did that. There's more here. We just went over another one.
Oh, yeah. We're doing it, man. Hey.
Good job.
We're doing it.
Gosh. That's a good 4.
It is, man. That's a pretty one. That's a pretty one. We'll let her get back to swimming. All right, Cody, it's no secret that a drop shot catches smallmouths anywhere, but you know, especially here on the St. Lawrence. seemed like a pretty straightforward thing you had this week, but give us the rundown on what you were fishing.
Yeah, I think like had to be 90% of the people were probably throwing some sort of max in if they could find them.
Yeah, if they could find them.
Yeah, if you could find them. So they'll bite anything. I mean, like bait-wise, you got your normal smallmouth, a tube, a Ned rig, stuff like that. Just to me, I mean, I feel like if you're searching for fish, for bites, I always just a drop shot. What smallmouth is going to say no to a drop shot coming by?
Yeah.
And the scent is really key. Like, I don't think it matters what it looks like. Drop shot worms look like the weirdest little things you've ever put on a hook.
Right.
But they have this scent that they just, smallmouth just can't not swallow. I mean, I don't know how many I've weighed in this week that still got the hook in their mouth.
Oh yeah, yeah, they like it. And there's one of them rocks that we're dragging.
Yeah,
over.
I lost a pile of these.
But it was like, it looks like we're using like a 1/2 ounce weight.
Yeah, we're using a 1/2 ounce. There's a Eco Pro tungsten, the drop shot weight, and just 6 and 7 pound Gamma Touch fluorocarbon on a 10-pound leader and a #1 Robo Worm rebarb hook on the flatworm green pumpkin.
Boom.
I tried the black one when it was overcast skies, use a black worm. I would catch one of the black when he'd tear it up, I'd put a green pumpkin on. It didn't seem to matter.
You snagged on the bottom. I'm gonna have to get out of your way, Cody. I'm not gonna lie.
I need to just
I'm
shove
like
you.
a bit of a hindrance here. So you just gotta talk about your dog. Talk about
Come
your
on.
dog and missing your dog.
I'm gonna name this one Ruby after my dog.
There you go.
Come on, Ruby.
Now,
Dude, these little ones like this, like you catch a 2.5 pounder, the bigger ones like you just had will come up, and once they come up, it's like they'll come right to the net. These
it was like a puppy dog.
These 2.5, 3 pounders will just come and get in that current, and there's nothing you can do with them.
See? I didn't scare them off.
They just came back.
They just set back up.
That's little fella.
Dude, the crazy thing about all these
Look how
smallmouths
fat
up here,
they're like me though.
they
They're
definitely.
like good and fat.
Have you seen the winters they have to endure up here? You
Like-
need a little bit of meat on your bones. Cody, I know you've said it several times. You said it on stage, but yesterday, like, you'd been catching them steady. You had 19 pounds day 1, 22 day 2, 19 day 3, and 22 again yesterday. But like, you were never thinking a win was something you could attain. Joey was catching them so good, you know?
Yeah.
But what did it feel like when you got back to the dock and, you know, you guys start talking, you kind of hear what everyone's got? Like, all of a sudden, were you like, oh my gosh, like, this could happen?
Yeah, like I was asked, I was like, have you heard yet? And I was obviously, no, I heard what? Like, how much
what are you
do
talking
Yeah,
about?
like how much weight do you have? And I'm like, I mean, it's on the score tracker thing, like, whatever, not thinking or nothing. And I told him what my scale said, and my scale said I had more than, I thought I had a bite. My scale said I had more than the bass tracker said I had. Normally I have more than my scale said. So I was like, man, I probably realistically got like 22. They're like, well, then you got a 2-pound lead. And at that point, I was just like, couldn't believe anything. So that was, did not expect that.
Well, and your girlfriend was there.
Yep, she flew up
to watch it, and I know you had a lot of people watching on live.
Yeah. Phone blowing up at weigh-in, whatever.
And when Chris Jones announced that you were the champ, man, it was, I mean, emotional for everyone watching, I'm sure.
Yeah, like when Joey started bringing the fish out, like he told me at weigh-in, he was like, man, it was just like, you could tell. You felt bad. Guy caught him great all week. You can't take that away from him. Super nice guy. I didn't know him before now, but he's a super nice guy. But when he started bringing them out the bag, I was like, man, this might like be really happening. It's just one of those things where I couldn't control my emotion. Like,
Oh yeah.
you get that feeling right there, there ain't nothing you can do.
And you were talking about, you know, you caught a good one day 1 and it got wrapped in the trolling motor, you had to untangle it.
Oh, there
and
was.
you said, you know, that stuff happens, people win tournaments. We've said it on day 5 time and time again. But I mean, it really kind of was Cody Pike's week.
Yeah, like you should get some signs as the week goes on that, like, man, you just can't do wrong. When you have
Yep.
a 4.5 pounder get wrapped up in your trolling motor while you got spot lock on, that's something that you just can't make up or can't do wrong.
I think with that, Cody, we've had plenty of fun here. It's a beautiful day. Of course, it's like the best day we've had all week weather-wise.
Yeah, sunny was. Sunny was.
But you got to get back home
Yep.
to Virginia. You also
Yep.
got to get ready to head to La Crosse for that title coming up here.
And then St. Clair.
And then St. Clair for the BPT. So I think with that, man, I appreciate it bringing me back out here, you know, catching some smallmouths today. But I'm going to let you get rolling. And congrats again, dude.
I appreciate it.
Heck of a week.
Thank you. It was awesome.
We'll make one more drift on our way back, but otherwise we can get going.
All right, let's do it.